Hey Virgo, how are you? Thanks for coming back. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you haven't been here before, then you're going to want to be part of this group because I have the best subscribers on YouTube. I'm just saying, maybe I'm a little biased. I'm just saying this group is amazing. They do nothing but encourage me and love me. Their kind words, they're sweet, lovely. I'm telling you, these men and women here are just wonderful. So if you want to be part of the cool kids group, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button and probably even the bell button so you'll know when I'm uploading. I guess, yeah, I'm a little bit what do you say? I'm proud of my group because they do nothing but encourage each other and encourage me. And with all the horrifying things that I see going on YouTube and in the world, I am so grateful to be here every day with this group. So you really need to be part of this group. And I am doing a reading today for you, Virgo, for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. It is for the 15th of November to the 30th of November, so the last half of November. And like I said, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the sign of Virgo. My Virgo friends, you guys and your eye for detail. Nothing gets by you. Nothing. You're the accountants. Nothing gets by you. Okay, I'm gonna do some shuffle. Sorry, not shuffle, but cut for you here. All right, so the first card that I pull is the energy for the overall energy for the reading. Are you ready? Oh, we've got the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords, swords are communication and conversation. So the Five of Swords, now this depiction shows this guy here, he has fought everyone in the area and taken their swords. And so he's holding 4 under his arm and 1 at the victory. So he's won the battle, but not necessarily won the war. But he's pretty proud of himself. Well, he looks like he is proud because he is holding up that sword, but I don't think he wanted to win it in the way that he did. So maybe you've had a conversation with somebody that didn't go right. You did win, but you didn't want to win the way you won. Could very well be. This just popped out. Transformation. So whatever this was that, this Five of Swords, whatever this was that you won the battle for, it's done. Yeah, it's done. So just go ahead and put it behind you and walk into your transformation. So whenever something is ending, something is beginning, right? So it's always good to have a good beginning. Death to the things that we no longer need. This is a card which is Major Arcana, which means that it's something you can't change because the universe has placed this card for you, telling you that it is time for transformation. It is time to put the old things to death, to put them all to rest, and carry on with the new. So if this battle that you won has to do hurt you, if that battle hurt you, if those words hurt you or cut you, you can just put them behind you. It's done. It's okay. You're going to be going through a transformation and putting the old things to death and going forward into new things. So let's see what's coming up. Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is you trying to stay in balance as you juggle everything. Everything. So I guess you could be a single mom, a single dad. Perhaps this conversation that you had that you feel that you won, you can put that behind you. The transformation part could be you being single again, and you are trying to balance everything now. Or maybe you just were with somebody for a very long time and it just feels weird being alone. It could very well be. You could have just had a transformation that's caused you to learn how to juggle, or how your transformation has shown you how to be in balance. And usually a transformation will throw you into balance because you've been off balance in some sort of way. You're waiting for something. What are you waiting for? This is having planted the seeds, water them, love them, give them sunshine, let them grow. She's waiting for harvest. She's wondering if they're ripe enough to pick, but she waits. She waits until someone tells her that it's okay to do so. You are waiting as you juggle. What are you waiting for? Virgo, what are you waiting for? Spirit, what is Virgo waiting for? The new start. That's what you're waiting on. You're waiting to take a new start. And it's time, because you've been through a transformation, Virgo. Something has been really hard for you. You've won the battle. You've transformed. You have now come into balance, and you are now waiting for your new start. I don't know why you're waiting. Maybe you're waiting for a divorce. You could be waiting for the person that you live with to move out. You could be waiting to move out, quite honestly. But it looks like you're waiting for some sort of harvest to come, because you want, you have the Fool energy. You want to start over again. Looks like you're going to start over again, either in love or maybe by yourself, but nonetheless, you're going to have a new start. I don't feel as though this has anything to do with a job. I really feel like it has everything to do with someone that you may have been in love with. What made you sad? So, you know, usually a new start is a happy thing. It's usually, you know, you're raring to go, start the new thing. But I don't think that this is, that's why I think you've got this card at the beginning, because this is winning the battle. But if you look at this guy, he's not necessarily celebrating. He's just saying, look, I'm the sole survivor, is what he's saying. He's holding up that, sword, and he's saying, I'm the sole survivor. I did it. And not necessarily happy that he won. You've got the Fool card here, but you're not necessarily happy that you've got this coming. So maybe it's not something that you caused. Maybe this is something that someone else caused, and you just, you know, because someone else has made a choice, you just have to go along with it. So just know, though, when you're in prayer, or whether you're upset or sad about what's gone on, that yes, there are 3 that have been poured out here, but look here, there's still love, okay? There's 2 cups, 2 of cups. 2 of cups is still available for you. You just need to look around, okay? So there is someone in the background who sees what you're going through, and who knows that you're going through a tough time. And I have a feeling that person's going to reveal themselves, because you've gone through a transformation, and which means that you're really taking care of doing the things that you need to do. So let me see what comes up under the Death card. Whoops. Too many. What's coming up under the Death card, please, Spirit? Devil. You felt chained to something. You felt that you couldn't get away, that you were in a cage, you were chained to it. I don't know if it's an addiction or a person, an addiction to a person, perhaps an addiction to the surroundings you were living in. I know a lot of people who just won't leave their marriages because they've accumulated a lot of things and stuff and equity and all of that stuff that they have to split. But that being said, that the Death, it looks like, is saying that you need to have death to anything that throws you out of balance. So the devil usually shows up when you're scared of something. Something is making you scared. It's a card of fear, right? This could very well be sadness and fear, depression, you know, feeling like you just have lost the battle, essentially. But this could be addictions as well. It could be too much drinking, too much smoking, too much sex, too much anything that is going to put your life on its side. It's not going to be good for you. This Devil card, though, I feel as though it was because you were chained to someone that you didn't want to be chained to. So that's why you decided to have this new start. Yeah. I have a feeling this is the breakdown of a relationship of some kind. Whoops. Boy. Gotta dive. Hang on. Alrighty. Always gotta be throwing cards around. Might as well. Okay, so coming up under the 2 of Pentacles. The 2 of Pentacles is where you're juggling everything. Is the Moon. And the Moon is letting you know that you do have intuition. You can use your intuition to follow in the dark. When the moon comes up, it's because there is some sort of a fear in the background. Things are not as they seem. So that being said, you know, a rabbit crawls across your crawls across your backyard and is lit up by the moon. It can look, depending on where the moon is positioned and the shadow that's casted, it can look really horrifying. It can look like a monster even. So this shows, you know, a couple of wolves howling at the moon. This is a card of Cancer. It shows a crab here as well. And there's a moon here to remind you that you can follow your intuition, even though you're in the dark. You can follow your intuition. You can't see everything that's in the future, but if you follow your intuition, you'll be fine. I know you're juggling. It looks like you're juggling everything, trying to stay in balance, but you need to make sure that you're using your intuition. Listen to your gut, okay? Seven of Pentacles. Coming up under that is the Ace of Swords, and this is clarity in conversation. So yeah, communication. Somebody wants to speak with you and wants to clarify everything that's going on here. This could be what you're waiting for. So this Seven of Pentacles right here is the card of waiting, and you could be waiting for someone to come to you with clarity, to say, hey, I'm really sorry it went this way, it went sideways, but you know, let bygones be bygones, let's be friends and raise the kids, that kind of thing. The Fool. Coming up under the Fool is the Emperor. Is it the Emperor that made you crazy? The Emperor is the card of Aries. So the Emperor, either you want a new start with the Emperor or you want a new start from the Emperor. So it could be either way, being a general reading, right? The Emperor is the person who runs the empire. So he can be kind of crass. He doesn't have a lot of time to make decisions. He's running the empire. So he's giving advice to all the kings as well as running his own empire. So he is the money guy. He's a father. He's the guy he's the CFO, CEO, the business owner. He's the guy making all the decisions, has a lot of pressure on him to take care of everything and everyone. So either you want the new start with the Emperor or you want the new start because you're leaving the Emperor. But it looks like you want the clarity from the Emperor. So you want to have the conversation and clarity from the Emperor. It's time for you to stop feeling pain. It's the completion of your pain. The Ten of Swords is all of those things that were said to you that were awful and stuck to you. That kind of thing can happen when we're, you know, in a relationship that's crumbling. We can get into character assassination really easily. Don't be so hard on yourself about that. We can all get into that position, especially when it's something like a relationship breaking down. But cards are telling you that this is the time for you to rejoice because it's the Ten of Swords and there's going to be no more pain after this. I dropped that. There's also going to be partnership. So if you plan on starting a business or know someone who's having a business, perhaps they're going to want to buy you in. And they're going to want you to be in a partnership with them. This can also mean that this can be a partnership, a friendship, or you could be in love with this person. Partnership happens after all of the blooms are off the roses, right? Yeah, after all the fun and games is gone after the first year, that's when the partnership starts. That's what keeps the relationship together. And here is the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is having conversation with your higher brain, lower brain. It's it's the crap that goes on in your head over and over again when your head hits the pillow, right? You get through your day and everything's going just fine, and then you lay down and your head hits the pillow and you're like, I wonder why Adam had a belly button, that kind of thing, right? Did Adam have a belly button? First man, right? Oh my goodness. Okay. So yeah, it's the arguing within yourself about something, the answer to something. It's King of Swords. The King of Swords can be kind of sharp. He can cut you with his words because, well, that's the way he is. He's logic over heart. So perhaps that is the person that you're moving away from because you're having, the back and forth about in your inward back and forth. Oh, I see. Okay, so the pain is over. The Three of Pentacles is the partnership card, and you're arguing within yourself as to whether you want partnership with the King of Swords. That's what it is, because you know the King of Swords can be absolutely brutal with his words, but he's always going to be honest. He's always logic over heart, right? So he's always going to tell you the truth. I think you might be in love with him. You might be in love with the King of Swords. And the universe is here to tell you that you have everything that you need to manifest this relationship if that's what you want. Just be careful what you manifest, because you just may get it, right? The universe is never going to let you make really bad decisions, but if you're going to manifest something, just be sure that you know what you're manifesting, because you could manifest something that you don't want. It looks like you are in love with the King of Swords, but you could manifest the King of Swords and then be sorry that you did, because he can be very straightforward and very, you know, que sera, you know, that's the decision I had to make. I had to cut that person. So yeah, it depends on what you want. The second one that fell out was the card of someone being single. So yes, I'm going to venture a guess here and say that this is a relationship that broke up here. You manifested this. You manifested being single. You manifested yourself out of this marriage or this relationship or whatever it was, because you're in love with the King of Swords. So this thing broke up because you manifested it. But you're beautiful. You're standing there in your power. You're great. You're beautiful. Nine of Cups is someone who, or I'm sorry, Nine of Pentacles is someone who's paying their own bills, doing their own thing. Good on you. Yeah, and everything's illuminated. The sun is here to say that there's no guesswork. No more no more guesswork. It's time for you to be able to see as far as you can see in order to make the decisions that you would like to make. And that's not something you can change. That's coming directly from the universe. Yeah, it's time for you to move. You're done. You're going to go, you're going to get in this boat by yourself, or with the kids, and you are going to go by the moonlight. You're going to take your intuition, some of the conversations that you've had here, and you're going to head on your way. Last card. It's going to cause a tower moment. It's going to cause a tower moment, and it always does when a relationship breaks up, but what are you going to do, right? If you know it's the right thing to do and you've manifested it, you want to be single, then the rubble needs to be cleared away so you don't build it the way it was built before. You need to go through these times for the rubble to be cleared away so you can build it stronger, essentially. That's the reading. I'm just going to ask for an outcome here. Spirit, can you tell me what the outcome will be here if all of this advice here is followed? What will be the outcome here for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? Alrighty. Thing is this. You have a Seven of Swords, which means that somebody's being deceitful. Someone is not telling you how they feel. Someone is trying to put one over on you or just take your stuff. Someone could be in a relationship with you for the stuff. Then comes the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is younger than you, and or you can be younger than them, depending. You can flip it. This means that there's an age difference here. Then there's the King of Cups. So right now you in effect have two kings and an emperor on the table. I'm not going to speculate as to who the person is that you're trying to be after. What I do know is this. If you are the Empress, the Emperor is here. So if this was in fact a soulmate connection, then you've just broken your soulmate connection. This is the thing. Not every soulmate connection is a connection that is going to stay forever. And that is because we're not always ready for our soulmate. We are meant to be with our soulmate at a certain time in our lives, in a time in our lives when we are whole and our soulmate is whole. So we can come together, and we don't need to be together, but we want to be together. And so 100% is from here, 100% is from here, and together we give 100%, lots of reciprocity, things work great. Sometimes this can happen though before it's ready. and then you end up breaking up with your soulmate. Now, that being said, soulmate's a pretty heavy dude word. And a soulmate can be someone who is your child. It can be someone who is your friend. I feel like I have two BFFs that are my soulmates. One's a guy, one's a girl. And I feel as though they both are my soulmates. I don't have a love soulmate. I just don't. And I have a feeling that one is out there, but I haven't found that one yet. So do a little bit of research around the word soulmate, find out what that is. And it is hard for me to know in a general reading who the person is that you broke up with and who the person is that that you became single from, or the person that you decided you were going to be with, only because all of them came out tumbling together. So it looks like you've gone through a transformation. There's a tower moment coming up, but not for some time. You are going to fall in love. You are going to have, you are going to be moving to another place. So from wherever you are now to another place, and you are single, and that means that you will have a new start. So enjoy that new start. Come back here. Tell me what's going on. I'd like to know. That's a very good but confusing reading here, Virgo. And I know that you're all about the details. Let's get you a card from Notes from the Universe. If they once loved you, they still do. And that's the card. And it says, thanks for every single time you ever fell in love. Whether or not it was obvious, whether or not it lasted, whether or not you were loved back, it changed everything. Actually, you're always loved back. You change the universe. So the universe always is in love with you, regardless of who you're in love with. I think that kind of ties in a little bit to your reading, no? I'm just going to pull a Power of Love card here, and we shall be done. I'll send you on your way. I've got tolerance. You appreciate other points of view because you sense the love in everyone. Nice, very nice. You appreciate other points of view because you sense the love in everyone. Tolerance. That's beautiful. And that is your reading for today, my friend. So if you have any questions, please look in the description box below. If you would like a reading based on your own personal energies, please use the email address. Email me. We can make a time and a place to give you a reading. And just know that there's $10 off a $60 reading for the month of November. All right. Hope you didn't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell button, because we definitely want to see you back on this great crew. Okay. All right. Have a good night. Thank you. Bye-bye.